I guess which race has this come the best? I don't know. Actually, all my TVTs have ended really quickly because I managed to kill them before they got the ball rolling. But I actually think like mass dropping Hellbats on bios would be super effective.
Great content.
But I don't really know which race this is the best against. George, thanks so much for the 6 months. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the kind words.
Additional support.
What would be the worst build to go up against? Come on. Are you trying to do a little snipe? Huh? Hey Beastie, just wondering, what is the counter to what you're doing? A blind counter, if you will.
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know, to be honest.
You scared me.
I think it wouldn't be a build, it would more be like an unfortunate situation where... like, I don't know, like I'm going Hellions, but the opponent's going Void Rays, you know, like I don't Scout Stargate, or, you know, something like that.
From YouTube viewer, love your content, Beastie. This series is looking hot.
You know, something like that, I would say, where it's more like unlucky rather than like, oh, these counters. Stalker Disruptor could be good. It could be. Could be. Stalker Disruptor makes it so it's really hard to defend Hellion run buys though. So I don't know.
Bad news.
Not enough minerals.
Yes, sir. Big job. Huh? Go ahead. We hear
Command
you.
center upgrade complete.
Fan the rear. Fan the rear.
Okay, see, this is a problem.
Go ahead. The Grim Reaper has arrived. What? You scared me. Bad. What?
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready. What's going
Not
on?
enough minerals.
Nothing.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
This better be good.
Not enough minerals.
Huh?
Not enough minerals.
What? You want something? Huh? What? Ah! Big
Base.
job.
So see, right now... Oh! I got one Ravager.
Fan the rear with the
Oh, this is not good.
want some.
Why didn't I pull more SCVs?
Base.
I'm actually dead. I can build...
Enough minerals.
Wait, can I even build one more Marine?
Give me orders. Big job.
Not enough minerals. Add-on complete.
I'm dead, I think.
Not enough minerals. Base is under attack.
By the number. Wait a minute. This better be by the number.
Unacceptable landing zone.
Big job, huh? Wait, this better be. Bad news.
Not enough energy. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Ah! You scared me. Yep. Move it. Go ahead. Huh? SCV ready. Will do. Huh? SCV ready. Jordan. Ah! You're scared. Bad news.
Interesting that he actually stopped pushing.
SCVs are under attack.
Oh, I'm getting rinsed.
Get here.
Not enough energy.
In the rear with the...
Man, if I actually just pulled
Go ahead. You got it sound different.
SCVs faster, it would have been 100% fine.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Fair enough. Nothing I... What's it worth? SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Waiting on you. Talk to me.
Additional. Not enough minerals. Add-on complete.
Heck.
Big job.
Light.
Got something?
Now. Waiting on you.
SCV ready.
Somebody, get me out of this mess. Now. Ready. Where's the emergency? Ready.
Upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
Heading out.
SCV ready.
Light. Ready for pickup?
SCV ready.
Picking up. Talk.
Unacceptable landing zone.
Bet.
Now. Waiting on you.
Not enough.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Understood.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Command center upgrade.
Now what? Talk to me.
I'm wasting away here. SCV ready. Ready to raise some...
I almost got the world championship
Not enough minerals.
win there in throwing.
Not enough minerals. Not enough.
Almost
minerals.
through for a golden medal, baby.
Our SCVs are
Oh.
under attack.
SCV ready.
Not enough. Add-on complete. Not enough minerals.
Watch this. Talk to me, boss. Light it up. Waiting on you.
Not enough minerals. Our SCVs are under attack.
Go
Not
ahead.
enough minerals. Research complete.
Daylight's burning. Bad SCV ready. I hear you.
Base is under attack.
Let's set something on fire.
Oh god, dude, this is literally Game of Thrones right now.
What's going on? Big job?
Base is research.
I can't build here.
Upgrade.
Ready. Huh? Go ahead. God, yeah, from above. What's the story?
Not enough minerals.
In the rear with the gear. Huh? I can't build here. Ready. Overtime.
Not enough minerals. Mineral field. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Our SCVs are under attack.
Come on. I hear you. Getting fired up here, boss. What's the story? We hear you.
Not enough minerals.
Oof. I don't like this, the position that I'm in right now.
Not enough minerals. 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 Base is under attack.
On my way.
I mean, Hydra against Thor Hellbat is actually not the greatest thing. Like, Hydra doesn't actually trade that well against Thors. And Hellbat drops against Hydras is, yeah. GG, well played. Especially without roaches in front to tank. Yeah. That's kinda... you're from Serbia, how did you learn English so well? I don't know, when I was traveling I just tried to actively learn how to speak, how to pronounce things. Because most people, I think, even when they travel, they don't really try to learn anything new.
Not enough minerals.
I think you gotta actively try to pronounce things in your head. But... I mean, to be honest, I don't really know, because I always tell people, like, oh, well, I traveled, and, you know, I lived here, I lived there, but then they're like, but then, you know, the rest of StarCraft 2 community do that as well. I'm like, that is a good point, yes.
What's going on?
Not enough minerals.
I think it's just,
Additional supply depots required.
I honestly think it's a mix, like, it's traveling. I lived in the US for about 6 months, maybe a bit longer. No, I lived long. Well, I spent longer time there. I didn't really live for 2 years straight. But I spent about, like, I don't know, 12, 15 months in the US. I've dated girls. Ever since I was 18, I've been dating girls that are not Serbian. So, you know, I was kind of talking English the whole time there. Then streaming, obviously, talking English. Basically the past 10 years, honestly, I've talked more English than I've talked Serbian.
What's going on?
The real reason to learn English, yeah. Get a little bit of every culture, you know what I mean? Get to experience every culture, there it is. But I think it's a mix of all those things, and I actually wanted to learn English. I used to have, like, really, you know, thick accent, right? I mean, not as thick as, like, those Russian videos, like, oh, yes, so you're English, yeah? It wasn't that bad, but... what's the most common English mistakes Serbians make?
This better be good.
I don't know. I mean...
Big job, huh? What's going on?
Like, I mean, still to this day, I struggle with pronouncing R. Because in Serbian, R is not pronouncing... I mean, you can hear it, it's like R. It's not pronounced like that. But when I speak fast, you maybe can't notice it. But I would say, yeah, I think it's not just Serbs, it's like people from Slavic languages have a hard time pronouncing R. Because we pronounce it R. So it's completely different, and the different way you actually pronounce it. So yeah.
Go ahead.
Not enough.
But I think a lot of people, at least the people that I know, like, they know English somewhat, but they're like too shy to actually speak and practice. Because they're like, oh, my English is not good, like, you know, and then they avoid speaking it. Because they don't want to get embarrassed.
Not enough minerals.
So I think there's a lot of that as well.
Big job, huh?
Because usually... Oh my god, am I dead?
This better be good. What's going on?
Life flight's here.
Complete.
Taking effort, dropping off. Ready for pickup?
Big job.
That was fun.
Where's the emergency?
Not enough minerals.
Wait, what? Now what? Ready for pickup?
Yeah, that was really, really bad. And I might be really, really dead.
Not enough minerals.
If there's like a bench or something, I'm dead.
Talk to me.
But anyway, a lot of people are like self-conscious to speak a different language because, you know, because they don't want to make the mistakes and, you know, they don't want to sound funny or whatever. But I'm always like,
Confirmed.
and a lot of people have this with people that are from, what's it called?
Waiting on you. Ready for dust off. Life flight's here. Talk
With
to
people
me.
that are like from US or UK, and I'm like, bruh, how many languages do they speak? Do they know your language?
Well, hello. Taking effort, dropping off. Acknowledged. Ready for pickup? Now what? On my way. Taking effort, dropping off. Ready for pickup? Life flight's here. Now what? Here's your stop. Heading out. Talk to me. Talk to me. Life flight's here.
Go ahead.
Wait. Waiting on you. Talk to me. In the pipe, 5x5.
SCV ready.
Waiting on you.
What's going on?
Now what? Waiting on you. Picking effort, dropping off. Ready for pickup? Picking effort, dropping off. Somebody, get me out of this mess. Talk to me. Understood. Where's the emergency?
Not enough minerals.
Waiting on you.
Right. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Will do, Command. Life flight's here. Ready for pickup? Now, talk to me. Ready for pickup? ETA, 1 minute. Life flight's here.
Not enough energy.
Where's the emergency?
In the rear.
Now what?
Additional supply depots required.
Dropping off.
I hear you.
Waiting on. Life flight's here. Confirmed. Ready. Now,
Not enough minerals.
talk to me. Taking effort, dropping off.
What a game, huh? Anyway, TLDR. People are shy. People don't pronounce R properly. Neither do I, right? But when I talk fast, you don't notice that, like StarCraft 2 and, you know. See? You do a little bit of a zoom when you go past StarCraft. But when you guys listen to this is a advice that I always give people when they're shy to speak another language. If like most people are self-conscious, right, of the people that's their native language. So for example, foreigners might be shy to speak Serbian to Serbs, right? They're not shy to speak Serbian to Germans or to Italians, right? It's because they think that those people will judge you. First of all, the natives will usually find it very like cute and charming that you're trying to speak their language. Now, the only time that I've experienced this is not the case is when you speak to people that are from UK or US because they expect everyone to speak English, right? It's kind of expected in today's day and age. But you should never feel shy to speak English in front of someone from US or UK because can they speak your language? They can't. So why would you feel shy knowing any amount of their language? Doesn't make any sense, right?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Bandit, what's going on? Ready?
And that's how I always took it. Like,
Go
Not
ahead.
enough minerals.
I mean, even if people make fun of you, it's like, so what? You're learning another language. Like, what do you know, dumbass?
SCV ready. Huh? What? Ah! You scared me.
Additional supply depots
scared me.
required.
So, yeah. Just expand your language knowledge,
Bad news.
you know? Just do it.
Minerals.
You're gonna die someday anyway. You might as well try to learn a new language. But yeah, I do think, like, I know a lot of my viewers are from US, but I'm sorry, but this is true. I'm not saying you guys are doing it, but there is a lot of hostility from UK and US people when people don't speak English in their country. Because it's like, oh, you're in my country, you're supposed to speak my language. It's like,
Go ahead.
bitch, when you go to Italy, do you speak Italian?
Ben,
You know what I mean?
Insufficient Vespri gas.
Of course you don't. You don't know how to say shit. You know ciao and mamma mia, and that's
in the
it.
rear. Go ahead. Bad
So,
news. Big
yeah.
job, huh?
You know what I also noticed? And this happens from every country. Sometimes people forget that some people have hard time expressing how they feel and what they want to say in a different language. Even if, like, I can express myself way better in Serbian than I can in English, right? Now imagine if you lack in the whatever language department you're supposed to explain something. It's very hard. And a lot of, like, very often, and this is, again, not only US or UK, this is, like, feel like every country. Whenever someone tries to talk to you in your language, a lot of people perceive them as, like, a little dumb because they can't quite find the words, you know. They find them, like, more innocent because they don't speak the language properly. But then when you hear them, like... Okay. But then when you hear them speak their native language, it's like a different person. You know what I mean? Because then you're like, oh.
SCV ready. What's going on? Huh?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this sounds silly, but do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you forget, like, let's say you talk with someone for hours and hours in, like, their broken English. And then you hear them talk in their native language, and you're like, oh, they're, like, super fluent, and, like, they look different when they speak another language, and... You know what I mean? And I don't think people do this with ill intent, but sometimes people forget, you know, that saying what you want or, you know, how you feel or what you need in a different language is sometimes really hard.
Big job, huh?
And like I said, it's hard for me too. And I speak English, you know, decent, right?
Daylight's burning.
Decent quality. Now imagine if someone's like super shy and nervous and doesn't want to mess up and stuff like that. It's gonna sound way worse. Not the pronunciation itself, but I mean like just the expressing.
What's going on? Ready to bring.
And I think people forget that sometimes.
Ready to raise some hell. Armed and ready. In the rear. Wait. SCV ready.
Ready?
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
So next time you talk to someone that's trying to speak your language,
Not
don't be a
enough minerals.
dick.
Not enough.
Try to encourage them to speak it more.
Not enough minerals.
Dumbass.
Where's the emergency?
Because even if someone mispronounces something and you laugh at them, like no joke, that can scar some people for life to just not try to speak the language ever again. Because they would be super, you know,
Not enough minerals.
yeah. And if you think people don't do that, people do that.
Sounds sweet. Where's my hot action?
people are different, and some people, if you laugh at them while they try something they're clearly not good at, there's a good chance they're not gonna try again. Have that in mind. Does it scar you when we laugh at your Dark Soul deaths? No, because then I just remember your StarCraft 2 rank and everything is fine.
Light flight here.
Add-on complete.
I'm waiting. Big job, huh?
Yeah.
Burning. Talk to me, boss.
Boom. Oh my god, Beasty, I'm never gonna play StarCraft 2 again because you laughed at me. I mean, if you call that playing StarCraft, okay, dude. You know what I mean?
Talk to me.
I hear you.
Additional supply depots required.
Drones.
Bad news. Some hell. What's go ahead. What's up?
Woo! What would you do, though, if someone wants to learn English but you also feel weird about correcting them when they say stuff? See, that's a great question. Okay, that's a great question. And I will tell you how I feel about this from my point of view. As someone that was learning English, you know, a while ago, and I made a lot of grammar error, like mistakes and mispronounced a lot of shit, never correct someone in public. So, this is extremely cringe. Please don't do this. I'm saying this for everyone that's trying to learn any language. Never do this. If there's 5 people talking and someone is like, I very am good, don't correct them right there. Just, it's very cringe. That person feels shit and you feel like, I can't believe I messed it up. If you want to help them, maybe, you know, tell them afterwards. Or you can ask that person, you know, just be normal. Just ask like, hey, you know, they say like, I want to improve in English. Just ask, do you want me to correct you every time you make a grammar mistake? Do you want me to correct you in front of other people? Do you want me to tell you what you can focus on? Do you want me to tell you most Just ask people. Because I learned, some people have no social skills. I know, but some people don't do it because they're evil. Some people just don't know because they don't know how it is to be on that side. But never correct people in public unless they tell you that that's fine. It is very humiliating because even if sometimes they know they made a mistake and they're like, hope no one heard that, and then you're like, well, actually you said that wrong. It's like, you know. So that's from my point of view. I hated when people corrected me in public. I really did. I felt embarrassed and I felt like, I should have known that. Sometimes you do know how to pronounce something. You just, it's a different language. You gotta, you know, get your brain to work a different way. Now, from a different point of view, as a teacher, if you will, so Women moved to Serbia a couple of years ago, and she's not actively learning Serbian. Like, she's not studying classes, she's not actively learning. But I did ask her, and I was like, do you want me to help you? And she's like, yeah, feel free.
Not enough.
Like, feel free to tell me when I'm saying something wrong. And I'm like, sure. And we reached a point where, because Serbian grammar is much harder than, or Serbian like language is harder than English language. So she's had rough time adapting to it. Let's just say that. So she said, I'd like you to correct me on the things I make them, you know, common mistakes or make the mistakes very often. But I don't want you to correct me every single time, because then she said, then I feel bad to even try to speak, because then I know I'm gonna get corrected. And sometimes she just wants to say like, I am women and I smash, you know? It doesn't need to be grammatically correct. You know what I mean? So she's like, feel free to correct me, point out some things, but don't do it all the time. And then I learned through that as well, like, you don't need to correct someone 100% of the time, because then it will be like, they open their mouth and you're like, ah, not like that. Say it the right way. And they say it, and then they start another sentence. You're like, ah, not like that. You know what I mean? And it just becomes a negative experience.
In the rear.
I would say people, when they learn a new language, shouldn't focus so much on pronouncing things. You should just learn how the language works and just try to learn as many words as you can, so that when you hear a word, even if you can't fully translate it, or he's
Big job, huh?
or not fully translated, even like, it's way better to understand a lot of words than perfectly pronounce them. And the reason for that is, even if you're talking to someone that doesn't speak your language, right? They speak the language that you want to learn. If they say like yada 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 yada, you don't understand that, and say potato, then you hear potato and you realize the conversation is about potatoes. So you can kind of deduct from that what the conversation is about. But if you know only a few words and only basic things how to say them, you will have very hard time in conversation, because not everyone's gonna babysit you and, you know, hold your hand through sentences. At least, again, that's my experience, and my experience that I had with women here. I mean, you can try whatever works for you. You can try different things, but I think at the end of the day, whatever that person, you know, feels fine with, whether it's, yeah, correct me every single time, or don't do that, just ask her. Just be normal. But never, ever correct people in public in front of other people on whatever mistakes they make. It's hella cringe, and it 99.9% of the time is going to make that person very uncomfortable.
Let's go.
Because again, you got to remember, those people, they're not learning how to fish. You know what I mean? Like,
Very valuable advice. Only exception is when people talk to you, insult you, correctly rinse them publicly on SC2.
thank you for the 100 bits. Like, another thing is that you got to realize, it's not like learning how to fish and me telling you like, okay, don't do it this way, do it this way, and you're like, oh, right, I get it. Because you can do that in public. This is learning a new language, which they already speak a language, right? So this is why people are embarrassed, because they know that they can express themselves in their own language, but they're embarrassed because they can't say something simple in a different language. And it's annoying. Wait, what? What was that? Is he attacking?
Better be good. Who wants some? Go ahead.
Ready for dust off.
Been waiting on. Who wants some? Ready to raise the SCV ready. In the rear with the gear. Ready. Oh yeah. Ah! Hear me. Pedal to. Armed and ready. I'm on it. Where's the hot? Let's raise some hell. SCV ready.
Our SCVs are under attack.
SCV ready. This better be good. You could have been waiting on you.
Not enough minerals.
Yeah. Ready.
Add-on
You
complete.
scared me.
Ready for pickup?
Ready.
Talk.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
But yeah, I'm not an expert in languages. I'm just giving you guys my experience, and
Additional supply depot.
because I like to think about these things quite a bit, because I mean about these things, not about like learning languages. Just like when you get a perspective on something from both sides, you have a much clearer picture of what's wrong and what's right, and you can kind of find you know, a middle ground, if you will, for
Now
both
what?
those things.
Confirmed.
Raise some hell. SCV Are you ready for this? Talk to me, boss. Light it up. I hear you. Been waiting on that. Be ready. Man.
Minerals. Additional supply depots.
Driving off.
Additional supply
I hear you.
Pick. Wait.
depots. Additional supply.
I can't build.
Our SCVs under attack.
Where's the emergency? Ready to
Our
pick up?
SCVs under attack.
It's heating up out here. Talk to me.
Upgrade complete. Mineral field depleted.
Set something on fire.
Not enough minerals.
Life flights here.
Right on.
Now what?
I'm in a heap of trouble. SCV ready. How's that? We're back. We can use some help. Talk to me. Word. Here we go. Let's set something. I hear you.
Life flights here. Ready.
Ooh. Rinsed. Oh my god. So, like, I'm a GM in WoW Classic Guild, right? GM is like, I guess, for those that don't play WoW, I'm a leader. We're currently #1 guild on the Horde on my server, right? In speed clearing. And every time we get a new member, I always get, oh, you should do this way. This is better. Why don't you do this? It's like, bruh, you just joined the guild, okay? Shut the f up. Play the game, okay? You came from a worse guild. What the fuck do you know about anything? You know what I mean? It's like, it's literally like fucking... I don't know why, but it annoys me so much. It's like, just play the game, dude.
Not enough.
You know
Hello,
what I mean?
StarCraft fan here. Would you do Dark Souls 2 with chances like viewers help chance or internet guide chance?
When people are like, why don't you do this way? It's like, bruh, it's like, oh, I did that in my old guild. Yeah, and that's why your guild was fucking shit. You know? And it's like, oh, do you care to explain? Bruh, you just joined the guild. I don't need to explain shit to you. Just play the game. God damn it.
Bad news.
Additional supply
Like, imagine applying for like a job IRL, right? And you have like 50 employees, right?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
And then a new guy just gets hired to fucking clean the toilet floors. And he's like, I want to speak to the CEO. Why do we do the sales this way? I think we would pump up the sales a different way. And it's like, fuck do you know?
Let's go. Ah! Big job, huh? SCV ready.
Because I don't actually, by the way, I don't actually mind when people are like, oh, maybe we should do this way. But you literally just joined. You know nothing about the guild. You know what I mean?
It's your turn. What's going on? Ah!
And the reason why I'm molding is because every single person does this. Every single new person
Go ahead.
finds a way to improve what we're doing
Sure thing.
while we're 4 times better than the previous guild. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you trying to improve?
Upgrade complete.
And even, by the way, they're like wrong 99% of the time. But even if they're right, bro, you just joined. Give it a break, dude. Give it a week, you know? Why are you backseating me the first day?
Go ahead. Huh? This better be good.
Build some trust. It's not about even building trust. It's like,
What's up? What? Man? What's up? Death.
I don't know.
Got something for me to kill.
I'm just annoyed with that shit.
Bad news. I'm the death from above. What? What's up?
Because it's like, we've gotten here based on what we were deciding and what we were doing. Like, in what universe do you think changing that instantly is the way to go?
SCV ready.
Add-on.
SCV ready. Been waiting on you.
Oh my, okay, dude.
Command center upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
I have to move this, otherwise my Hellions are gonna pop at a wrong location.
Base is under attack.
SCV ready. What's going on? Ready.
Not enough.
Ready to raise some hell.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Anyway, I sent the guy to the officer in the guild and told him to deal with that at CP.
Going. Light it up. Ready.
Not enough minerals.
I'm going.
Not enough minerals.
I demand an explanation! Shut up.
Base is under attack.
Gangway. SCV ready. You gonna give me orders? Some head.
Not enough minerals.
Hell yeah. Waiting on you. Are you ready for this?
Not enough minerals.
I'm gonna build a blind turret here as well.
Sound? SCV ready.
Understood.
Not enough.
And by the way, for those people that maybe don't understand what I'm talking about, it's like, oh, it doesn't sound that bad. Then you have not been a GM in a while, guild.
Not enough minerals.
Trust me. But imagine someone watching my stream for the first time and it's like, I'm GM and he's like bronze, right? Or gold. And he's like, well, Beasty, I've never watched your stream before, but let me tell you how you're supposed to do that. But it's like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? Oof.
Are you ready for this?
That's how it is.
SCV ready. Not a problem. Waiting on
Where's the emergency? Now what?
Why are you killing the depot, bro?
Talk to me.
Waiting on you. Picking up or dropping off? Ready for pickup?
I think it's a mix of like, I'm also that kind of person, like, when I need advice, I will honestly ask, right? But when I don't need, I hate when people just tell me what to do. I hate it.
Bad news.
It's actually one of my pet peeves. Like, I actually hate it with passion.
Not enough minerals.
Be ready.
Add-on complete. Not enough minerals.
What's huh? Ready to raise some hell. Doc, get
Not enough minerals. Command center.
Well, I think we should do this. Well, good.
Ready for dust off.
Thank you for your
Mineral
opinion.
field completed.
set some on fire.
Where did you go, bro?
What's stored? SCV ready.
Wait,
Done and
Complete.
wait, what?
in the rear. I hear you.
Picking up or dropping off.
Mineral field.
Wait, what?
Man, light it up. What's huh?
Pick. Now what?
Our SCVs are under attack.
Inbound.
Additional supply depots.
It's heating up out here to raise.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Been waiting on you. Armed and ready.
Research complete. Unacceptable.
I can't build.
Well, the only thing he has is like those banshees, right?
Ah, you scared me.
Not enough minerals.
Been waiting. Who wants some? Where's the hot action? Armed and ready.
Mineral field completed.
Show.
Ready for pickup? Wait. Wait.
In the rear with the gear.
Complete.
Where's the emergency? In the pipe. 5x5. Now what? Picking up or dropping off? Heading out.
Doctor,
What is this guy doing?
I am here. What's the story?
Additional supply depots required.
I hear you.
Huh?
Let's set some on fire.
Additional supply depots.
Let's set some. Light it up. Are you ready for this? Who wants some?
Additional supply depots required.
Talk to me,
What is
boss.
he doing?
Talk to me. Word. Done and done. I'm waiting on. Talk to me, boss.
Command
Only
center
you.
upgrade complete.
Light flight.
I'm just gonna make Vikings. I mean,
Talk
he's
to
just
me.
gonna make the game long.
Talk to me.
Waiting on you.
Complete.
Well,
Someone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, that's not the series."
light flight's here.
Well, I'm not gonna leave the game.
I heard that.
I love how this guy says, "Feels good to bash noobs." Like, bruh, you're probably Master 2 or Master 1. What fucking league do you think I am?
Go.
My main account is literally dropped to 5-6 right now. And then I love that. That was unexpected actually. The most unexpected part of that was him actually typing GG. Like, he's Master 1.